Brotherhood language approaching conversation kinetically about fiction. This is Black as Fuck.
You ready?
Brotherhood language approaching conversation kinetically about fiction. This is Black as Fuck.
I'm gonna learn that one day.
The way you can butcher an intro, like
that's my plan to ruin them every week. Like that's my number one goal.
I shouldn't be surprised. Whatever. I'm black as fuck. I know what that means in my heart. That's why I say it. I could respond. I could give you a retort, but I'm not gonna even. You're not even worth. You're not worth it. You're
doing it. You're doing it.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing anything. Welcome to the latest.
You were made in a test tube. One of the best parts of you came out of a bottle.
What? You just butchered somebody else's lyrics. You stole them and you butchered them.
That's from the Avengers. Never mind. Just start over. Do another intro. I'll leave you alone.
No, we're keeping this intro.
Oh no. We're starting over or I'll mute your ass for 60 minutes.
We're keeping this entire thing.
I will mute your ass for 60 minutes. All right, ready? New intro. Drum roll.
So let's get to our first topic. We got to talk about, well, we don't have to talk about anything. What we decided to talk about. What do we got on tap today? We got some Will Smith news, some Mortal Kombat news.
Yep.
We got some Falcon and the Winter Soldier, the FATWS news. We're gonna talk about some shoes too. Absolutely. So as the sun comes down and dawns back into to the earth, let's first talk about, will streaming apps replace going to the movies moving forward in the future? I think this is a good topic because we are literally on both sides of the coin. If anybody who wasn't part of the blip and was actually around in the last year and a half, you've had to deal with COVID and quarantine and not being able to go out freely as you used to back in 2019 and things of that nature. And it's affected how these companies have distributed content, how, what movies have been released, when they haven't been released, what have they done with them? All sorts of things have been adjusted based off what's been going on with COVID around the world. Now, Disney, in particular, have created a solution where they will drop a movie that was going to go to theaters, scheduled within this last year and a half, that couldn't go to theaters, would then be available. What's the term they use? Early release, premiere release,
something, early access or
premiere access,
access, something like that.
Some fancy shit to say, here's $30 you need to pay for on top of your regular monthly subscription. Now, Brian, I'll go to you. I'll go to you first, B. Walt. What do you think about streaming apps? They know we don't agree, but where are you on this side of the? What side of the argument are you on?
So you literally talked for 5 minutes. I'm thinking you were just gonna go ahead with your whole spiel. I got all comfortable and whatnot. Now I gotta speak.
That's why I stopped talking. You are doing a live podcast with a mask on. No one is there. No one is there.
Hey, I'm trying to stay safe. I'm trying to stay safe. I don't know what you got. Okay. Until I get my shots, this is what I'm doing. Okay.
How many shots you need? Many shots you need?
7.
Huh? Why do you need 7?
To be safe. Just to be safe.
That's disgusting. That is absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, well, yeah, Anyway, back to what we were talking about. So streaming apps. I don't think that they will fully replace going to the show. I do think that they are offering a relatively tangible alternative, and I think it's working well.
Why is that?
Well, I mean, me and you, we used to hit the show a lot, man. You know what I'm saying? We go to premieres, we have our little with us and shit. You know what I mean? We going to the, you know what I'm saying? We got, we used to go, so you know how it is. The thing with going to the show is you're gonna drop if you old school, traditional, whatever. You're about to drop at least $30 for them tickets, especially out here out west. At least $30 for them tickets for you and your lady friend, right? You're gonna spend at least $600 at the concession stand, and you got to factor in parking and money for paying for parking, so on and so forth, all that kind of stuff. Gas if you're driving far.
What are you getting at the concession stand, bro? What are you getting?
If you get a tap water and some popcorn, that's $17. Like, these motherfuckers rip you off at the concession stand. They rip you off at the concession stand. Some gummy bears, motherfuckers, some Snickers, some shit this is the reason why we sneak shit into the theaters when we were shorties. Because we knew damn well that you wasn't gonna be able to afford the concession stand. So we would hit up like Walgreens or whatever, stuff them in the pockets, and then you straight. Everybody knows that. But as adults, being adults, law-abiding citizens that we are, we don't do that kind of shit no more. We actually have to pay for that shit. And you will come, you basically double your prices at the concession stand. That's $30 for tickets, at least $30, $40 for everything at the concession stand. I'm in no means a cheap dude. I ain't never been a cheap dude. I don't have to be. However, I like the alternative. I like to have the choice. Like, maybe I don't feel like dealing with AMC today. Black as Fuck headquarters got big ass TVs in this motherfucker. So it's like being at the theater, just, a couple rows back. $30.
Yeah, what row did you say a sound check? Row 10? That's where you sit usually?
Well, I'm saying, and row 10 is equivalent to, close to the similar viewing to the TV that we got at Black as Fuck headquarters.
As Black as Fuck, has the headquarters upgraded since I've been there?
Yes.
And I'm just now finding out on the show.
That's original hotness.
I know that TV. I know
original hotness. Upstairs is hotness 2.0. But I say that to say, I think that I think it's a good alternative, because if you don't want to deal with people, and I give you talk about Disney. I've watched at least 2 Disney flicks right now. I've just dropped the extra 30, and I watched 2 Disney flicks so far, and they were
What'd
good.
You watch?
What was it? The Mulan, which was solid, and then Raya, whatever that's called. That shit's fresh. That's good. So for me, yeah, I can see it as an alternative. I don't see it as totally replacing it, because that would be like destroying an entire industry, like streaming services did to Blockbuster. I don't see them doing that, but I do see them as a viable alternative if you don't want to deal with all the rest of that shit.
Well, that's I believe that's Blockbuster's fault. They were like, nah, why would we stop renting video cassettes? Like, they're not going anywhere. They disregarded the future and the convenience of what technology could present, which is a whole nother thing, because Netflix presented them an idea and an agreement to, be a part, be together, collaborate in this way. And Blockbuster said, nah. And now, somewhere between now and the next 6 months, the last one in Minnesota is going to be going bye-bye. So that's on them.
Watching Netflix.
Well, this is actually a part of it, because I I don't have Netflix per se. I have a password from her. That's the least she could do, but that's a whole nother thing. But we talked about it in sound check. I love HBO Max. Like that's my favorite streaming platform. They got new movies, they got old movies, they got old movies, and they got all of the DC animated fucking films. I am good. And they got all the Miyazaki movies as well. I am good. I'm home. They got the Boondocks. I'm good. Best money I spent, best value.
They got Fresh Prince. They got a couple other things on there too.
Right. So I'm good with everything that they're doing. I don't feel, for the most part, I don't think streaming apps could replace the experience that is intended to have for a consumer when they go to the theater. Yeah, it is $30 for 2 tickets. Yeah, it is $10 for parking with the validation. Yeah, that juju beads and the Dasani water and then 2 slices of pizza you're not supposed to have is like $45 for some reason. And there's no like illegal substances at all. There's like no edibles, no alcohol or nothing. That's just regular save on shit.
Costco leftovers.
Right. But no, and without giving away everything that Black AF is working on, in terms of creating films and being that that atmosphere and that experience, no, I don't think it'll ever replace. I think a lot of those like directly to TV movies, they can go on those platforms, sure, absolutely. But I think that gets sort of muddy in its own right, because you got a Disney Plus who are like the main people that I won't say the main because HBO's been doing it as well, but Disney will say, hey, you got to pay $30 on top of this to see this movie that's going to be on the platform in about 4 months for free, for that included into your subscription. I'm gonna wait. Fuck that. You're not gonna get $30 from me when I know I can wait. That's $30 I can use towards something. I could put towards something I want to smoke or eat or do something else with. Like, that's why you pay the monthly subscription. I don't think it'll replace it. I hope it doesn't. With COVID, there are a lot of people that won't go out like they used to because of what COVID did or didn't do. Plain and simple. And I feel like, well, it's a good option, but I don't think it should replace it. If the movie's good, if the movie's of quality, it should be in the theater. It should be able to hold your attention for 90 minutes to 2 hours, and it should be worth everything that we talked about. All the over expensive shit. But if it's not, then it should be on the streaming platform. But I don't think it should be worth $30 extra. No, I don't. HBO gets Warner Brothers deals. All their movies that were supposed to come out, they come to HBO Max on the schedule as if it was a theater. That makes sense to me. There should be movies specifically for that.
I don't think that the experience can be replaced, because I was going to the show so much I actually had that credit card. Remember that Movie Pass credit card?
Yeah.
Where you could go to like a movie a day for free.
Yep.
And then they whole model was fucked up, so they didn't last very long. But the idea was cool. It was just the model was shit. But I'm one of the ones who actually really liked the theater experience. However, because of the whole change in the world, because of COVID and stuff like that, I like the alternative. And yeah, you're right. Movies come out. They come to Disney, and then maybe 4 to 5 months later, they'll be back on Disney for free. But I mean, if you want to watch it for $30 for a couple a couple weeks early, that's on you. Do it if you want to.
Well, and let me ask, because you've done it, because I haven't.
Yeah.
Do you get to keep the movie once you get your premiere access?
I believe so, but I haven't actually gone back and watched them again. So, you know, I mean, like to tell you, I've done it twice, right?
It's nothing.
So Raya, I would watch again at some point. Mulan, I probably would not watch again. So,
and then you got
gone back to check.
And then so and like I don't know, like I think I get the whole let's put them on a streaming app right now, because up until what 60 days ago, everything was closed down. So that made sense as of 60 days of us recording this. But the people that are making these movies and improving these movies and releasing these movies need to be held accountable as well. Like you and me and you talked about this, like if it's a Christopher Nolan flick, I trust what he's going to put out. You know what I mean? So going to the theater, I know, if Nolan's making it, he, you know, I'm more than likely going to enjoy the movie one way or the other.
But how many movies have you gone to the theater thinking, damn, this shit gonna be hot, and it turned out to be ass?
Right. And that's my point to this situation, because I'm thankful I couldn't go to the theater when Wonder Woman 1984 dropped, because I would have been fucking even more pissed than I already am about that movie.
But see, the thing is, I think you're asking the industry to be a lot more honest than it wants to be with the consumers. Every movie that comes out, the people making it want you to see it, regardless if they know it's a pound of shit or not. We can go back to the original Justice League, right? That was a pound of steaming hot butthole, whatever. It was disgustingly bad. Okay? It was terrible. But everybody went to go see that shit. They knew it was shitty when they released it, but they knew motherfuckers was gonna see it, so they didn't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? You asking them to be real honest to divvy it up. Oh, this movie's not that great. Let's put it on the stream. Nobody is thinking that when they first create a movie. They're like, nah, we're trying to get this money. You know what I'm saying? I could think of another movie. Remember Riddick back in the day?
Chronicles of Riddick, yeah.
The first one was all right, but the one after that, when I don't even remember, because I walked out. I walked out of the flick. I walked into that shit thinking, and it's the only movie that I've ever done that to. On some real shit. I've come close with other ones, but that's the only movie that I was like, man, this is some bullshit. I gotta leave. And I actually left 3/4 of the way through. I've never done that before. Okay. I didn't walk into that saying, man, you know what? I'm just waiting for this shit to come out on VHS, because at the time they still had VHS. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think that. But it was booty. It was ass. But the people who created wasn't like, oh yeah, this movie's probably trash. Just, you know, buy it in the $5 bin at Walmart when it comes out a year and a half later. Like, no, they're not going to do that. How do you decide which one is going to go which way?
I mean, there's tons of ways, but I agree. I hear what you're saying. My thing is that, like, when you go to the theater, like, there's so many different distractions that can happen while you're at the house or at someone's house when you're watching a movie, especially one that was intended to be in the movie theater. Like, and I know you know this, so I'm not speaking to you, but there is a ton of nuance that comes into play that factors into your experience of even to enjoy the movie in the theater, as opposed to doing it straight from the living room. Like, by the time, like, and maybe I'm conditioned, but by the time I see it in the living room, I already know that I've seen or consumed 60 or 80% of what the movie's supposed to be about, because I saw it in the theater already. I still have that inside me. I still remember that. So I'm already looking for different things on my next run or my next watch or you know, rerun of it. But Like, okay, let's take Justice League again. Let's take this cut, the Snyder cut. What did Pete say on the show 2 weeks ago? What did he say? He had to watch it in increments because of everything that he had going on in his life at that time. And this is in the middle of a quarantine. And that's what I mean about, I don't think it's fair to movies that are good that you actually want to see, that they should come straight to the theater or straight to the streaming app, because you won't get to experience it the way you really should be that first time. It's,
But see, the thing is, there's distractions that can happen at the movie theater too.
Absolutely.
I mean, I've been there where there was a bomb threat and we had to leave. I've been there when the power went out. I've been there when niggas was talking on the phone.
That was at Magic Johnson Theater. Go on and say it.
Magic Johnson Theater. Memorial Theater. I did not know about Magic Johnson Theater at this point. I'm still talking about the hood shit back home that I was at. You know what I'm saying? But so I mean, distractions is distractions. If you really want to watch a fucking movie, you know how to do it so you ain't got no distractions when you're at the crib. You can control those distractions a lot more, I would argue, than you could if you was in the theater. You can't stop some dipshit in row 3 from texting somebody and then blinding everybody behind them while the movie's on. But you can turn your fucking phone off when you at the crib. So you know what I'm saying? Like there's certain controls that you have in the house that you don't have outside of the house. Right. So
yeah.
So depend and then again, like you gotta understand, like I said, I prefer the theater experience. Because I grew up doing that, but I will not knock the alternative when it suits me. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you this. Let's say, hypothetically, you were making a movie, right? Where do you want your movie to be released? On a streaming app or in the theater?
Like I said, the theater experience is the better experience for me. But the accountant side of me, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna get paid regardless of where it goes. But the movie, the movie buff, the movie person, the movie nerd that I am, I prefer going to see things in the theater. If you're talking about something that I made, that's a little bit different.
Well, that's why I'm asking. Because if you were to make a movie and it goes straight to the streaming app, that affects your money. That loses an entire opportunity to make some of the bread back that you put up, or not that you invested into.
Not necessarily. It just depends on
what
how
you mean.
Do it.
What you mean? What, you don't go to streaming apps and then go to the theaters? I mean, you could do that, but then at that point, we talking about $6.
Other people are releasing their movies on apps that require you to pay to watch them. I got a homie right now that he's released two indie films full length where you have to pay $9 to access that film for a short amount of time. So there's ways around that. Again, like I said, it's not going to replace the experience. I would rather be at the theater watching it, but as an alternative, if I can't make it, and I like for instance, Mortal Kombat coming out, what, in like 2 weeks?
April 23rd.
23rd.
Yep.
Now, if the theaters was open, I would go see it there, but knowing that it was on HBO Max, I can't make it to the theater. I'm finna go to the Black as Fuck headquarters theater and do my thing. Know what I'm
saying? And that instance right there, I think the atmosphere and the climate of what we're dealing with right now, this is perfect for Mortal Kombat. I think these type of, I want to say middling movies, but I think the numbers for Mortal Kombat could potentially be better than they would this way than they would in the theaters, because anybody who's ever gone to a Mortal Kombat movie in the theaters remember how shitty they were. You know what I mean? So there's a stigma with that. This way, it's like, first of all, got to do it once. First of all the trailers look hot. All the trailers look hot. I'm stoked. What is that, a Friday? Yeah. I gotta meet up with some people that are COVID free and do that one with some folks of mine, because I'm looking forward to it. Let's just put it like that. But my point is, I think a movie of that caliber could excel in this situation, in this environment right now. But you talk about
because of the history of those types of movies sucking.
Because of the history, that's negative. But it's like, I know I've talked to people that are still they're very curious about, that should look dope. I'm glad I ain't got to pay for it. You know what I mean? Because they don't feel like that pressure. Because when you buy a ticket to the theater, you're saying, yes, okay, let's see what you got. Let's see. This is a safer place for movies like that, because HBO you've already paid for. That's why I have a problem specifically with the $30 that Disney's doing. It's gotta be.
But if you look at Disney movies though, and the amount of revenue that they generate when they are released to the theater, Disney, like I said, these companies are in it for the bread. Okay. So if HBO worked out some deal to be able to release all these Warner Brothers flicks on their shit, guarantee that they're being compensated pretty well for that. And the movies is coming out, and the movies is like you said, so there's something more. I don't have high expectations for Mortal Kombat. I'm gonna watch it because I grew up playing Mortal Kombat. The shit looked fresh, so I'm gonna watch it. And I grew up playing Mortal Kombat. But the first Mortal Kombat that came out looked fresh for the time. Oh shit, Mortal Kombat's coming out, and that shit was ass. It was ass. Right? So on April 23rd, you're gonna watch it. I'm finna watch it too. And it can do nothing but go up because what our expectations are so low because of the other Mortal Kombat that came out. Right?
Yeah.
So Disney movies very rarely tank. They very rarely do bad. As a matter of fact, Disney movies come out and they already got all the parody that's coming out with it. They got the toys and shit. They got the video games on the way. Like, Disney don't fuck around. When they move, they fucking move. You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna and every move they make is money orientated. You know what I'm saying? Every move they make is money orientated. I'll let you think about where that lyric came from. But that $30 for that, like, dude, they're still selling Lion King DVDs for $25. Like,
and I'm like, who's buying it though? Like, everybody own it. Everybody's seen it. And they're still getting in. I mean, we could go on back and forth
Disney
about this
caking,
all day.
Man. Disney just, they caking, man. So it doesn't surprise me that they would do that with the flicks.
Disney's going to bring out the greatest fighting game of all time, because it's going to have Marvel, Star Wars, Kingdom Hearts. It's going to be somebody else. I'm sure they own somebody else that I know I'm not thinking of right now. But yeah. But since we talked about Mortal Kombat, speaking of our next topic, article came out a couple days ago about the Mortal Kombat arcade machine trick. Mortal Kombat 90s arcade machines used to track players' choices, says co-creator John Tobias. And this was used to judge character popularity. Arcade machines included code which tracked the number of times a fighter was picked by the players. This data was then used to determine which Mortal Kombat characters should be cut from the roster and future entries to make way for new characters. The biggest fighting games of the early 90s were all in the arcades. And this is before CD-ROMs. So in terms of like the memory that they had access to make these games, it was at a premium. Ed Boon and this is according to Tobias, Ed Boon, other co-creator, he's the one that developed the secret code that was used in the arcade machines. But this was a local thing to their game studio, to their development studio. So this is like arcades specifically in the neighboring city of Chicago. So, apparently people in Chicago didn't like Kano or Sonya Blade, and that's why they got moved out of the games as the sequels and the other installments came through. So now, mind you, for those that don't know, back in the day, Mortal Kombat was made by Midway, who is the culprit of doing some other heinous shit in terms of arcade. We're going to get to that in a moment. But what do you think about this? Is this thing that Mortal Kombat's been doing since the 90s, essentially? Do you think it's a cool thing? You think it's innovative? Is it kind of sneaky? Like, what's your thoughts on this right now?
I think it's Big Brother, but I think it's cool for Mortal Kombat. Like, I mean, it makes sense. You want to put the characters out there that people want to see. The thing that they didn't do for a while that they're starting to turn around is actually fleshing out a full story. The story is not great by any means. Mortal Kombat 11, the story is not great at this point, but it's a lot better than it was when you're talking about 1 and 2.
Right, it's an upgrade over that for sure.
All they were trying to do with the earlier iterations was, the first one had like 8 fighters. The next one, like, they kept trying to add more and more fighters to it. So it makes sense that they would do that kind of thing. I don't see anything wrong with that.
I mean, it's not like you would play the arcade game and you had like some personal information in there, Right. So in terms of doing it, not doing it for the gram, but doing it for the culture, I get it. I've been to the Chicago airport, and that's the closest I've been to the city. And when I got there, it was actually closed. So, but I also was not a Sonya Blade or a Kano fan. Come here, baby. Let me put a smile on your face from here to here. I wasn't fucking with him. I hadn't discovered white women at that point in my life. So no, I was not into Sonya Blade either. So I get it. It's actually pretty genius. It's something very American about it, though. Very white American about it. I can't really put my finger on it, but it's just something that feels intrusive. Like, hey man, let me just get this let me fuck up this fatality in peace. You know what I mean? Like, there's something about that bothers me. But nonetheless, I get it, because how else were they gonna get the data? And how many different characters have come since Mortal Kombat 1? You know what I mean? Like, it went from, I know 2, they had almost 15 characters. And then by the time we got to MK3 and MK Ultimate, they were up to almost 30 different characters. So, they were put into good use. Still feels like something sneaky and shitty about it, though, But this is Midway. This is fucking Midway. Because Midway created NBA Jam. And the guy that created NBA Jam was a Pistons fan. So when the Bulls played the Pistons in NBA Jam, Scottie Pippen wasn't Scottie Pippen. And they already didn't have Michael Jordan, because that would have been the best 1-2 duo ever. Scottie was Michael Jordan against everybody that wasn't the Detroit Pistons. Where the fuck was Michael Jordan? So Scotty could be Scotty, or they could be Michael Jordan and Michael Jordan. I digress. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Forgive me.
Yeah, well, Midway is known for doing that. And I was thinking of NBA Jam. The actual thing that they did was they made sure that, I think it's in the fourth quarter or maybe even third, but in the fourth quarter of the game, the Bulls couldn't really hit shots if they were playing the Pistons. That's what they did. They programmed it so that if you had the Bulls and you was playing against the Pistons and you didn't already have a hell of a lead, you was probably going to lose.
Right. And you couldn't, and they had, and at that point they had the rubber band gameplay. So you weren't going to have at maximum, you'd have an 8-point lead against the computer at one point, but it wasn't going to get past that. They weren't going to let it. You could be heating up and then all of a sudden miss 4 out of 5 for no reason. And Horace Grant turned into Ho Grant every time in the fourth quarter. So there was always that.
I will give them credit though with Mortal Kombat, going back to Mortal Kombat, when they introduced new characters, because originally a lot of them was just swaps. There was a palette swaps. They actually did a good job of differentiating them in the newer iterations where, oh, this guy can do this guy can do this guy can do this. And it wasn't just, Red Scorpion is Rain or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like they were actually new, fully fleshed out characters with their own move sets, movement stories, stuff like that. So you have to give them credit for that. But the original shit, like we know, Noob Saibot, the original Noob Saibot, wasn't he just a character swap, a Sub-Zero or some shit? Like he was just a color swap?
Outside of the fatalities for Mortal Kombat and bringing that innovation to arcades and fighting games, as far as I know it, Mortal Kombat was the first game that ever had a special hidden character. And that was Reptile. And to your point, it sounds cheeky, it sounds shitty now, but what was that, almost 30 years ago at this point? Reptile looked just like Sub-Zero and Scorpion with a green colored outfit, but he had both all their special moves combined. So he was essentially Sub-Scorpion or Scorp-Zero, or however you want to flip and bounce it. And he was super beastie because of that. And the fact that he was a hidden character, that was the first time that it happened. But I think this is an American fighting game. So there's something to consider. But I think they got better as they went on. Mortal Kombat it's funny because I think they do a great job with guest characters, like bringing in special characters outside of their own story, or their Mortal Kombat world or whatever. Like, have you played the last one yourself? Yes or no? You played it? Okay. The Rambo, the Terminator shit, the Jason.
Rambo is nice.
Rambo is nice. Spawn is OP. Jason is the slowest motherfucker, but will catch you every fucking time. He's got a hitbox like no other. But my Kung Lao will dance on you with the wushu. Like, it's a good game. It's a really good game. And they do a great job. I think Joker's in this one as well. So they do a good job with the characters. I guess so. If the means justify the ends, then I guess it's worth it. But just don't do that shit again, I guess. I guess that's my point. That's the way I feel about it.
Right. Because they listening to you.
They will. You'll see. I'm going to make them pay. They all going to pay.
You going to do this?
What? I'm going to what?
Wave your fist angrily.
You.
They going to rule the day.
Since sound check, this is like number 4. Like, they're going to rule the day. They're going to rule the day. All right. Let's move on. So, in a more serious situation. Will Smith's movie Emancipation will be leaving the state of Georgia over its new voting restrictions. The Will Smith and director Antoine Fuqua slavery drama, Emancipation, is leaving Georgia ahead of its summer production start date due to the state's controversial new voting restrictions. The film will likely shoot in Louisiana, costing the production somewhere in the $15 million range because of the loss of Georgia tax rebates. Georgia's Republican Governor Brian Kemp signed a bill March 25th banning the distribution of food and water on voting lines, limiting the number of ballot drop boxes and other restrictive voting measures. The bill has led,
I was agreeing with you.
The bill has led to widespread backlash, including calls from the likes of James Mangold and Mark Hamill to boycott film production in the state. In a joint statement, Fuqua and Smith, quote, "At this moment in time, the nation is coming to terms with its history and is attempting to eliminate vestiges of institutional racism to achieve true racial justice. We cannot, in good conscience, provide economic support to a government that enacts regressive voting laws and are designed to restrict voter access." The movie was scheduled to begin filming in Georgia in June 21st of this year, and was gonna, from the report states, is gonna be released on Apple with a part of a deal that was $120 million in total. Smith is starring in the project as Peter, a slave who flees a Louisiana plantation after being nearly whipped to death. The film tracks Peter's journey north, where he eventually joins the Union Army. The film is based on a true story behind a photograph of a slave published in May 1863. This is big in a lot of different ways. B, what are you thinking so far past what we've already talked about in Soundcheck?
First of all, I'm gonna go back to something you said when they called it controversial voting laws. There's nothing controversial about it. The shit is straight up racism at its finest. They're totally targeting the blacks and brown communities because of the patterns of the way they vote. And they're trying to change around to keep them from doing that, to keep them from voting. And the reason why they're doing that is because a lot of fucking, how do I put this in less than nice terms? A lot of fucking dipshit Republicans are mad because they lost Georgia. They lost Georgia. They pissed about that shit. They mad. They mad that the people are standing up and pointing out the injustices that are going on down there. And people in power, the one thing that they want to do most of all is keep that power, if not expand that power, keep that power. And they're seeing that the bullshit that they always try to pull. See, this is the thing that people don't understand. When it comes to voting and it comes to, what's the word I'm looking for? Influencing the vote. There are a lot of underhanded shit. There's a lot of underhanded shit that goes on that the common person does not understand. Okay. The shit that these guys are doing now is so blatant that the common man is like, man, this shit just don't seem right. But when you look at things like redlining, when you look at things like redistricting and stuff like that to make a certain type of vote mean less, it's all racially motivated. I mean, I'll talk politics to you all day. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You want me to put on that hat, I can do that. I'm not here for that. I like the fact that people are paying attention to this shit. I like the fact that people are like, man, fuck Georgia. You know what? Fuck Georgia. I wouldn't do shit for them until they change that shit. They need to change it. It's ridiculous. They're just mad because they fucking lost. They mad because they lost. They've been doing the same bullshit song and dance, lying to the people since I've been alive, way before we've been alive. They've been lying to these motherfuckers. They got the
generations.
Divisive. Yo, they're mad divisive. They got poor white folks thinking they better than the black folks there, and the poor white folks is getting fucked just like the black folks is getting fucked. But they got them so brainwashed into thinking that just because they white, they are doing better than the rest of the people there. The truth of the matter is all of those people are suffering, and it's the people that are empowered that they keep electing because they're not paying attention. They keep electing these same pieces of shit who don't give a fuck about them, who are treating them nothing more than numbers. How can I shift this number of people over here to keep myself empowered? That's all they're doing. That's all it is. Redistricting, redlining, whatever you want to fucking call it, not giving people water. Like this type of shit, that's all they're trying to do is keep control and stay in power, because we are in the Google generation now. We are in the instant knowledge generation now, where people ain't falling for the bullshit no more. They're not falling for it. They can openly see the type of shit that they're doing. So I'm like, go ahead, Will Smith. Anybody else is trying to take money out of their pockets. We've talked about this before outside of the show. The only way to exact any kind of fucking change is to take money out of people's pockets that are doing the fucking bullshit. When you're thinking about the Rosa Parks of the world, when you think about when black folks was boycotting riding the buses and shit, the laws didn't change because some white motherfucker was like, oh, we're doing the wrong things. The laws changed because we was taking money out of their pockets. So the shit that they keep doing it. Bankrupt that fucking state. Bankrupt that motherfucking state and force them people to get the people out of there that's pulling that bullshit. Because it's bullshit. It's absolute fucking bullshit what they're doing.
I agree. And let me just be clear. I'm going to the theater to see Emancipation.
Well, I like Fuqua, so I'm with him. That's training day all day, ain't it?
Yeah, yeah.
What am I training day?
But no, I 100% agree. And this is like politically, it's big in terms of as you touched on. I'll talk about the other side in terms of entertainment. Like a lot of shit that we enjoy in terms of content, movies, television shows are filmed in Georgia. Like there is no MCU without Georgia. Wakanda is in Georgia.
I bet you it would still exist. I bet you it would still exist if Georgia wasn't a part of it no more, though.
It's Disney, so I don't doubt Disney. But you get my point, as in terms of what's been done and what's been the status quo for years, decades, almost generations now. Filming in LA has become way more expensive than it used to be. Filming in New York has become way more expensive than it used to be. And, unless you from said city and you write a movie about said city, it's really fucking expensive. So, people go to Georgia, Atlanta, the show Atlanta. Any MCU that had a whole bunch of people fighting was filmed in Georgia. And shout out to Will and Antoine for being ballsy enough to say, fuck the $15 million. We're just going to get this shit done. Because $15 million ain't a small amount of money. I don't care what you say. And the fact that they're going to continue on, because if it's a slave movie, that's a lot of black people. That's a lot of jobs in front of the camera. That's a lot of jobs behind the camera. You know what I mean? And, so I'm definitely going to support the flick. In terms of, to touch on the political side, white people, in my humble, somewhat knowledgeable opinion, are right now in survival mode. Like they're doing whatever they can to make sure they are around for a little while longer, because like you said, like the spell has been broken. Like you can't get away with a lot of the shit that has been going on for hundreds of years that they've been selling. The NCAA, I group them into the South because they talk about the student athlete, but it's only about football and basketball where majority of these motherfuckers are black. They can't do anything that gets them money outside of whatever they're told to do for their athletically for their college. If you're a musician and you go to Georgia, you can get a deal with Clive Davis and his crazy ass and, you know, make your money, make an album, you know, do the whole thing while you're still in school. But you can't do none of that if you get 23 points a game because the March Madness tournament is happening right now. Niggas is going out, or they got the championship coming up next week. But you get my point. So this is a big thing in a lot of different facets. I forget the black lady's name, but the lady that got Georgia to become Democratic.
You're talking about Stacey Abrams.
Thank you.
One of my personal heroes.
I hope, you know, and look, I know about the politics that are closest to me, so I don't know exactly everything coming from Georgia right now, and I ain't looked it up right now, but hopefully she can intervene somehow, some way, and navigate this into the direction that she did, like she did when it came to, you know, making Georgia a Democratic voting state. So we'll see.
You gotta understand the way that kind of stuff works, man. She's doing what she can. She's constantly. I mean, anybody who helped flip the state, it's not one of those things where you do something for one goal and then you stop. It's a continuous thing.
Right.
And to go back to what you said, I don't think that it's just a blanket term, white people per se trying to stick around a little bit longer. It's the white power structure that is trying to stick around a little bit longer. And why I say that is there's a lot of niggas out here that ain't kinfolk just because they, well, what's the saying? Skinfolk don't mean kinfolk all the time. Some shit like that. It's the truth. Like it's what you come up to believe, right? It's what you've been indoctrinated with. And there's a lot of us out there too. It's real like, no, I'm cool with it. Like, you know, there's a lot of red niggas. Let's someone put it that way. It's a lot of red niggas out there. You know what I'm talking about?
Not red bones, just red.
No,
red.
that bulldog head, chiclet tooth having motherfucking Republican. I can't think of his name right now. Piece of shit, son of a bitch. I could go on all day about these motherfuckers. Okay, but it's the power structure that is starting to see. And it's those folks that are in control of said power structure that are starting to see, oh man, we need to do something in order to maintain the way things are being done. We don't want things to change because that'll mean, you know, the power will come down on them. Yeah, it'll come right. And basically the power will be shifting in the way that they don't want. I mean, and a lot of people don't understand. We totally off topic, but a lot of people don't understand that the government as a whole does not exist to make your life better. The government as a whole exists to keep things moving
in a certain direction,
to keep shit going. Right. And if you have certain types of people that are keeping it moving, they moving in a direction that's going to best benefit them. You have to ask yourself, why these representatives, the majority of these representatives on either side, red, blue, whatever, why these representatives make so much more money than the people that they're representing? Because when you start looking at it that way, it's like, okay, I can see why these people vote. These people are doing things that are against the betterment of the population, that are against the uplifting of the have-nots, so to speak. Because they're not going to do something that's going to harm themselves. I think and again, we're way off topic here. We probably shouldn't even be talking about it here. But I think that people are starting to wake up. I think that people are starting to be a little bit more proactive in ways that they need to be, as far as,
educating themselves.
What do they call it? Draining the swamp, actually draining the swamp, like getting rid of these motherfuckers. I guarantee you, people like Kemp, people like Mitch McConnell from Kentucky, those motherfuckers, they're scared. They're very nervous.
Absolutely.
They're very nervous. Because people are going to sit here and get fucked over and just turn the other cheek or look the other way anymore because we understand what's going on now. It's not like in the 80s or like when you couldn't look things up in real time and see shit. And I'll give you a personal story. In the early 80s, I was a shorty. I think Ronald Reagan was the president, and I was young. I was young. But Ronald Reagan was the president. And me as a child, as a black child going to school, I thought Ronald Reagan was a cool guy, right? Because that's all you see on TV. Oh, Ronald Reagan, he's a great president. You get to look at his policies, the shit that he stood for, the stuff that he was working for while he was president, and then you go back and see the type of stuff he was doing before that. How he was pigeonholing it, like the shit he was doing to us, you know. But in the 80s, you weren't able to like look at this stuff in real time. You had to really go do research. Even in the 90s, you had to really go do research. In 2021, you can type in anything you want, and you're gonna find an answer for it. Now, of course, there's some bullshit out there, but you can look up anything you want now. So I think a lot of people are just a little bit more progressive now, more educated, more forward thinking in general. And they're not really falling for the bullshit like that. The banana in the tailpipe shit, that shit don't really work no more. And because of that, the people who are still in control of these power structures are really trying to hold on to it any kind of way they can.
I agree. My mom made sure for me to understand whatever she knew, Reagan was some bullshit.
Right. It took me a while to catch up to that.
But now I agree. My point, and I think collectively, I think we're both saying is it's one thing for an independent film to say, fuck Georgia, we're not fucking with you no more, we're gonna go somewhere else. It's another thing when Will Smith and Antoine Fuqua do it collectively, when they doing it together. And I think that move is going to speak volumes. It's going to resonate. It's going to have an area of effect in terms of like, you know, getting the news and getting the word out then to people that need to hear it about like Georgia's really on some bullshit. Because this probably happened less than a week ago in real time, right? If this going back to like you said when we were shorties, it might have been 3 or 4 months by the time we heard something like this come out because of just how the news cycle was, and what was considered significant, and what they wanted us to hear. I'll put it like that: what they wanted to have out there, the narrative and things of that nature. So, again, I applaud Will and Antoine. Thank you. I'm definitely supporting the movie, even though I hate fucking slave movies. I don't know who they're making them for.
I don't like it.
But I'm definitely going because, you know, because we talked about doing some stuff in Georgia and we're not, I don't think we're going to Georgia anytime soon. Yeah, man, kudos to them and thank you for that. Appreciate that, you know. And yeah, there's, I don't think we've heard the last of this situation. I think this is just the first domino to fall, to be honest with you.
I'm gonna say this. It can't be the only domino to fall.
No.
And what I mean is, you know, people in the entertainment industry may follow suit and they may start to do these things and they may start to pull away from Georgia, this, that, and the third. But there's a lot of work to be done. There's a lot of industries that can be doing the same thing. There's a lot of, and it ain't just Georgia. There's a lot of places in this country that we really need to look at how people are treated and shit, and really work on ways to better that. And if it means moving the money, then move the money. That seems to be the only way people listen when you move the money.
That's it. You fuck with somebody's money. Yeah. That's you take a knee in the middle of an NFL game, that's you fucking with their money. You'll get their attention. I promise you. I promise you. Thank you, Cap.
But you gotta move it, man. Like seriously, there's so many. I mean, it ain't like I said. Georgia is not the asshole of the country. There's a lot of other assholes in this country. You know,
dicks fuck assholes, Chuck.
Yeah, exactly. You need a lot more dicks to fuck all these assholes, Chuck.
But yeah, we got some good topics. We can stay on these all.
Though, man. Like, fuck that motherfucker. Have you ever seen him on TV? You seen this motherfucker?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Oh my God. I've never, well, I won't say never. He's in a long list of dudes that I just want to punch in the face. Like, he just looks like he needs to be punched in the face. The shit that comes out of his mouth be so wild. Like another one, who was that guy? Remember when Texas was going through it? Like they got that crazy winter storm. They got that crazy winter storm. It was all over the news.
2020?
Nah, this happened a couple months back, bro. And
and everything froze over.
Yeah, and then the official that they were talking to, he's another one. It's like, you lying sack of shit. I just want to line up these motherfuckers in a row and just Biden, if you know, make me the president of slapping the shit out of niggas. You know what I'm saying? The secretary of slapping the shit out of niggas. That could be the title, working title. Where if somebody in public office says some shit that's clearly a lie and is clearly stupid, that I should just be allowed to just.
Oh, here comes B. Walt.
And try, right, you know what I'm saying? And keep smacking them until they change the shit that they saying. Because these motherfuckers will be, oh my God, they bald-faced lying to the people, bro. Lying.
Well, their places in office are so cushioned, they're so protected. They can get away with a lot of the shit that they say.
It's protected because the people are not educated. Like the majority of us think that the big election is the one to worry about. We're not worried about all the smaller elections that go on. We're not worried about the grassroots work that actually would exact some sort of change in our local government, which, you know, if you do enough, it can lead and branch out to federal, so on and so. People don't understand how that works. Like they think, oh well, if I vote for blue versus red, or if I vote red versus blue, that's all I got to do. In the big election, the presidential election, they're not thinking about the representatives. They're not thinking about none of that stuff. I think it starts with education first. People really got to understand how the political process works, the voting game works. I think a lot of us don't. And I think
I don't think legitimate political education comes into play until you get legitimate politicians in play, which to me is an oxymoron. Not saying that
the thing about it is, man, you can look this shit up, man. Like it's just that people ain't looking.
But
we have been brought up to believe that, oh yeah, we get to vote for the president and the president handles everything. That's not the case. It's not even close. Especially when you're talking about local government and shit. Especially when you're talking about certain initiatives to help certain groups of people out. Like it doesn't work that way. Like
I get you. And that's what I'm saying. Like you can look it up, but we don't. And just like any industry, you know, politics and politicians, they put the information out that they want people to know,
exactly,
whether it be right or wrong. And people are too lazy. And I'm saying in general, nobody in particular, you know, a lot of us have people that we know that just accept whatever they say as, you know, like word is bond. Like there's no denying it. And it's sad, especially in my opinion. I see a lot of people from the previous generation moving and acting this way. And that's very tough, especially when you're talking about the South and how many people are down there, how many Black people are affected down there. And yet that like mentality, that conditioning, whatever you want to describe it, it's not good. It's not a positive thing. It's but it's such a heavy weight to sort of dig through because of the politicians of what they're saying. Are they saying what is this true or is this not true? Some of it typically is, and a lot of it really isn't. But then you have to dig through that, and that's one time, and you're dealing with hundreds of politicians, and it's just, it's a fucked up thing. But like you were saying, we could we've got some good topics here. We can stay on all these forever, but let's keep going. You going full Jabberwocky right now? Is that?
No, Warsack from what is that movie? Watchmen.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So this is you cosplaying right now?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Well, I'm just asking. Like, is that a yes or a no?
Well, let's just go with yes.
If that was just a yes, wouldn't you just say yes?
I wouldn't. You know that.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I asked for a yes, and you gave me a U-turn from the right-hand lane. All right. That's cool. Well, moving on. Rorschach, as you call yourself. Have you been watching FATWS?
I am all caught up with FATWS.
FATWS.
All caught up.
So I didn't see the trailer that they dropped today as we recording this, because if I like something, I don't need to see a trailer. If I already know I'm gonna watch it, buy it. If I'm going to invest, I don't need to see a trailer, because people tend to. You back now? Is this regular B-Walt right now?
Bro, I couldn't see.
No shit. Yeah, so look, for those that don't know, and this is our what do we think so far review. The Dora Milaje came in bald heads and beat the shit out of John Walker. His token Black homie, Battlestar, they got rid of him. And his white privilege was feeling attacked. So he took advantage of the situation and juiced up real quick, hit the Mark McGuire, and lost his shit in front of a lot of people. This show is really fucking good. It's different than WandaVision. It's a bit more the espionage James Bond, but we're superheroes type of feel, which isn't my personal cup of tea. But I like the Winter Soldier. Sharon Carter is another favorite of mine. I was surprised to see her back. And, that opening scene with Falcon is something I've never seen before, quite done that way. That's going to stick with me for a while. And the Dora Milaje showed up. So Wakanda's represented. I'm having a good time with this motherfucker. I'm loving this show. I'm looking forward. What is this? We got 4 days? Yeah. I think it's going to be a good time. What are your thoughts on this show now, B. Walt, now that you're all caught up? How are you feeling about this whole thing?
Yeah, it was a slow burn in the beginning. I was kind of like, but I am into it now. And there's a specific moment in last episode where the audience knew that he had fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
In that moment.
No, I mean, because the sister was giving him a look like, homie, back the fuck up. and he put his hand on her shoulder. It was a wrap. It was a motherfucking wrap. She commenced, her along with her other girl, commenced to beat the shit out of this man for at least 3 minutes, which is a lot of time in a 40-minute show.
That's a long ass time.
Yo, they beat his
ass. That's a long ass
3
time
minutes.
in real life.
I mean, he held his own for a second, but there was no question how that shit was going to end. And I don't like that. I mean, it's a testament to the actor. He's doing a great job, whoever he is playing John Walker. Because I hate that motherfucker. I hate him.
Nah, he's a piece of shit. He's a piece of shit.
So the fact that the sisters worked him out a little bit, I'm like, yeah, okay.
Right.
And his boy getting killed. Okay, see, this is gonna sound bad, but his boy looked exactly like I thought he should look like before seeing him. You know what I'm saying? You ever had like the token brother that hang out with all white folks? They got a look about them. And if you know what I'm talking about. They got a look about them.
Oh man.
It's not like a skin tone thing or a haircut or nothing like that. It's just a look. It's a feeling and a look. You know, you could just tell, like, you know what I'm saying? You could tell. You could just tell. So I didn't want Homeboy to go out.
So you saying they did a good job casting Battlestar? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying that the character the dude that they chose to play him played him well. I don't know him personally, and I don't know if that's the way he is in real life, but I mean,
I'm pretty
brothers
sure.
Know a token. We know a token when we see a token. We can point them out all motherfucking day. You know what I'm talking about.
And I'm sure if he's one or not, he knows exactly what we're talking about because he's seen and he got a few of them around himself.
He played it so well that I feel like he just knew what it was and he was able to apply that to himself. Like I feel like when he's not wearing the army gear and shit, he's wearing like, the sweater with the button up under and the tie and you know what I'm talking, like Carlton Banks but without the black knowledge. Because Carlton Banks knew he was black. Carlton Banks without the black knowledge. Like, the brothers that say, oh, I don't see color. Them types of niggas. Like, that's like that. Like, he just, I don't know. I just got that feeling from him. He's real, yeah. You know what I'm talking.
Well, Battlestar's gone. It's so funny. They beat the shit out of Battlestar. They literally took Winter Soldier's arm. And they made
they didn't take it. They didn't take it. They just turned it off.
But that's what I'm saying. This motherfucker had to pick up his own arm and put it back on. You all right, man? I didn't know she could do that.
She literally pushed the reboot button.
Right. She hit him with like some like pressure point, but it's black and it's our technology shit. She literally went on his arm, up, down, left, right, BA, start, and was like, that shit just fell to the fucking ground. She put the code in. She put the goddamn code in. So, I mean, clearly their presence has been felt. This show, I think they got 2 more episodes, which is shorter than WandaVision.
3, right? It's got to be 3. I thought it was 8.
Well, I think it's 6. I could be wrong.
6?
I could be wrong. I don't know, because that was episode 4. But because Loki does, but you might be right, because Loki doesn't come out until June 11th or June 21st. One of those two. It doesn't come out till June. I know that. So I don't know if there's going to be that much time in between, but nonetheless, This shit looks good. I still need to see Isaiah beat the shit out of Bucky. I don't care what anybody says. They fucking with my feelings right now. Like, I need to see that. I need to see that. So they got about 2 episodes to get it done.
I need Bucky to go Winter Soldier at least once, man. He hasn't done it. Like, they played the little music, yeah, but he didn't really do it. You know what I'm talking about? They played that eerie shit, but he didn't really just come out and just whoop ass. Like, I'm waiting on him to whoop ass. He's one of my favorite characters, and I'm waiting on that. I need him
to. I think you're gonna get what you want. Now, this is a theory. You know what? I'm not even going to entertain. I'll say it, but I'm not going to entertain it. There's a theory out there that because of the situation with the Black Panther, that the White Wolf, which is Bucky, may take over Wakanda for a while and run the country. Because there is comic book canon that correlates to that happening, but it was under different circumstances because that White Wolf is not the Bucky Barnes White Wolf that's in the MCU. It's a different character. Same name, but different character. So, but I say all that to say, I don't think it's going to happen. I think someone was just trying to get something started, get a fire going. But no, man, I'm into the show. I just want to see that fight, man. I really can't get that out of my mind. They shouldn't have showed that motherfucker if they're not gonna get down in black and white. Like, I really can't say it no other way. But that's just how I feel. What else we got as the sun sets? I think we can get out of here on this one. Tell me the director's name. You know how to say it. I don't. I always fuck it up. What's her name?
Ava Duvernay.
Ava Duvernay.
I believe that's how you say it last time.
It's way better than my rendition, for sure. Is directing an all-new series on the CW with the character Naomi from the DC universe. Now, for those that aren't familiar with Naomi as a character, Naomi was created by Michael Bendis, who is the creator of, coincidentally, Miles Morales, the Black Spider-Man. And a lot of people see Naomi as their version of Miles Morales. So, there's a correlation there with that. The show will be coming to the CW. Miss Ava, I'm just going to call her that because I don't want to fuck up her name. For those that don't know exactly her background, she was the original director.
I don't think there's anybody on the planet that doesn't know her background.
Well, that makes me feel special. Thanks. But how about this? They may or may not know that she was the original director for the Black Panther before Ryan Coogler signed on.
I knew that.
Okay. Are we at a stand-up show? Are you that dude in the crowd right now? Is that, you want to do this?
Boo! Boo!
Riley, if you don't calm the fuck down. The show is coming to CW. It's Miss Ava is directing. CW's got a ton of shows that you guys are now. Arrow, Flash. So it will be a part of that Arrowverse. The order for the pilot was last fall. And they finally released some behind the scene images this month, which we found on the Instagram. Let me see if there's any other big significant news. Cast looks decent. Doesn't say, or at least I don't have it in my article, when the show will actually come, when it will debut. But I'm looking forward to it. Naomi's a dope character. She does look like Michael Bendis' daughter, which I don't think is a coincidence, mainly because I don't believe in coincidence. But I mean, for those who don't know, she's also black, if we haven't made that clear. This is a black character. I don't know if she's mixed because I don't know enough about her, but she's definitely a woman of color. So yeah, it should be good. Ava, from what I've seen of her, has always come with it. And we'll see it on the CW. I'm not a fan of the CW anymore. I did Arrow for years. I did it probably 1 year too long, 2 years actually. I definitely did the Flash for 1 season too long. After a while, like I hate the whole power gauging. That, you know, at one point they're OP and another point they're not. You got Arrow fighting, you know, mystical, magical gods, you know, and this is in season 4. Like, he's no contest. It's not even, it's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. But nonetheless, I'm gonna check it out. Brian, what are your thoughts on Naomi coming to the CW?
I don't know much about her, and I'm not a fan of the CW, and I don't like DC live action shit too much. So I'm gonna let you watch it, and then if you say it's good, and then Pete says it's good, and then some other people say it's good, I'll wait for it to go to Netflix.
Your second favorite streaming app?
Third.
What's your, oh, that's right. Number 1 is your Hulu.
But it's a specific kind of Hulu.
What kind of Hulu is it, B-Wall?
It's the Hulu that plays live sports.
You've heard that commercial a lot of times because you got the same exact cadence.
That's what I'm saying.
It stuck with you, huh? It's peanut butter. It's peanut butter. Okay.
I would say Hulu, HBO, Disney, and Netflix are tied. Only because Disney's got so much shit that I grew up watching as a kid. And Netflix takes stuff off too much. Like, the thing about Netflix that'll piss me off is that it'll be something on there. I'm like, oh shit, yeah, I'm gonna watch that. Then I come back a week later and it's not there no more. You do a search for it, and then it'll be like something like the thing that you really want to see, and it's never anything close. That's the problem I got with Netflix. That's what they for.
Yeah, for me, it's HBO Max, like I said. The second would be Disney. And I don't watch enough television for it to be another one, so I'm gonna go with YouTube as my third one. But because you know, every now and then I'll watch something on Netflix, but I don't get my anime fix from there. I am watching JoJo's, but I didn't start watching JoJo's on Netflix. I've been watching JoJo's since the fucking 90s, so they ain't got nothing to do with that. But yeah, I'm gonna check out Naomi. I'm gonna do it for Black EF since I'm by myself in this one. Hopefully the show is solid. A black female, you know, when Batwoman became black and they went that route, it was you know, the ratings took a dip, and which was to be expected. But the problem with the CW is that all their shows demographically are to teen whites. They're not to any other demographic. So it's to be expected when Batwoman, of a woman of color who's got, you know, mixed curly hair, is struggling to, you know, succeed on the network. Naomi is another woman of color superhero who's got locks. And so we'll just see what they do with it this time. The fact that Ava is at the helm, that gives me some hope. But we'll see. We'll see, because they've been working on this for almost 3 years now. Obviously, COVID has affected the situation, quarantine and things of that nature, and getting around that. But I'm rooting for it, and I'm gonna give it a shot. I'll give it a shot.
From what I know about Ava is that she does not put out crap. Everything she's done that I've seen is good stuff, right? And if she got her hands on it, it'll be good. But it's still DC for me. So, like I said, I don't trust. It's kind of like going back to what we said before. We was talking about weak movies coming straight to the streaming. It's kind of like that. Like DC live action shit is just so weak for me. Like that Arrow shit, I couldn't get through the first season of Arrow. The Flash got on my nerves because I don't like that particular Flash very much. He just annoys me. So it was very hard for me to get through those at all. And then there was another one that DC came out with, like the Heroes of Tomorrow or something.
Legends of Tomorrow.
Legends of Tomorrow, that shit, like, it was like, come on, man, really? So, again, I'm just skeptical because of that. But if anybody can make it dope, I would think she could.
Yeah, hopefully. I don't think she would have taken this on. No, it's in good hands with her. It's really just about if they gonna let her do what she needs to do, which is why I think she didn't do Black Panther. MCU, in terms of how they run things, they have directors, but there's a specific formula that they want all their directors to abide by. Outside of the two white boys, the Russo brothers, I think everybody is strictly held to those standards. And Ava really couldn't do what she wanted to do in terms of what her vision was, which is why she stepped out very gracefully, I might add. But
we
I
still
think
got a good product out of Black Panther, though, so I'm not mad at it. Bro.
Oh, not at all. Not at all. Of course not. Coogler did his thing. All right, I think that's it for this show. I know we ran long, but I think we had some heavyweights in terms of the content, the topics we were discussing. My name is Alexander Asafa. I didn't get to say that because I got interrupted by my co-host in terms of the introduction. His name is B. Walt. Nonetheless, I appreciate him being here. Which is at this current time has his camera off, so I'm just looking at a logo. But we thank you. From Brotherhood Language, approaching conversation kinetically about fiction. And this content will be on our Moonshine YouTube channel. You can hit us up at Instagram, Twitter. The handle is BlackAZFUK. You know what that spells. And we will see you next week, as we always do, Monday, 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, live on Zoom. You can go to our website, www.blackafhq.com, and watch our show, our podcast, live there. So feel free to join us next week. At some point, I guess we got to start doing live shows again at the comic store and then, hitting up at those other spots. But for right now, you can catch us at our website and we'll move from there. Strength and blessings. B. Walt, you there? You good? You safe, Rorschach? What you doing?
I'm still here, man.
Okay.
I'm taking the makeup off, you know what I'm saying? I'm not camera ready no more.
Good night, everybody. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.
Brotherhood Language, approaching conversation kinetically about fiction. This is Black as